We love to talk real estate.
I know.
Follow
Can't
us
wait
on
to hear the end
Facebook,
of that.
Instagram, and wherever you like to listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect.
Good morning.
BostonConnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And good morning to all our South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I am joined live and in studio by the one, the only, Tracy Grady.
Good morning, South Shore.
Good morning, South Shore and beyond.
South Shore and beyond.
Yeah, I have an agenda in front of me, but this is not the one that we're going off of today.
Oh.
Although it is kind of, last week Sharon and I did a day in the life of a real estate agent. So
that's like my life this week.
We might actually be continuing that. So, but yeah, we're here. We're ready.
We're ready to go.
The weather has been beautiful. I've been in Florida all week.
I know, you lucky dog.
I know. I feel like I brought some warm weather here. Although
Yesterday
I think
was
tomorrow,
beautiful.
Yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be a little rainy, but
We're
that's
supposed
okay.
to get rain tonight, aren't we? Like thunderstorms, like major thunderstorms.
I don't know. I really don't even pay attention to that anymore because I feel like it
it's just a quick
changes.
band popping through.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
all right.
That's
Then I
nothing to
can
worry about.
I can deal with that.
Yeah.
As long as
Yeah.
it's going to be nice today. Yesterday was beautiful. I'm not going to lie. I spent most of the day by the pool yesterday. I
Very
like
nice.
just needed a little
Yeah.
down day. It had been the life of a real estate agent this week. When you have a couple of deals and you've got people's lives on the line, you start to feel pretty pressured.
Speaking of lives on the line, I started watching The Pit. Have you seen The Pit?
No, but everybody says it's
Yeah.
it's real. It's 24 hours, right? It's
Yeah.
the life of like
Yeah.
the whole
So
season is
The
20.
whole season. So each episode is 1 hour of the day in that emergency room in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I started watching that on. Ethan and I went to Florida all week, and so I started watching it on the way down. And I think I'm on episode 8.
Oh.
From
Well,
like,
maybe I'll have to do that. We're going to Florida at the end of the month. My nephew is getting married.
oh,
So
very
we're
nice.
going for a quick 3 days down to Jacksonville.
Well, if you're flying JetBlue, it's on there.
I am flying JetBlue.
Yeah.
Yes, I am flying JetBlue.
Okay, well,
Yep.
there you go.
Yep, with my whole with my fam. So we're all going down together. We're driving.
Oh,
I got to
good.
tell this story because it's so funny. My sister, she doesn't like to go to Boston Airport. She likes to go to TF Green because it's a smaller airport and they can find their car. I said, well, what do you mean find your car? She's like, when we park in Boston, we can never find our car when we get off the flight. I'm like, take a picture of
Yeah.
the, JJ Swan boats,
Yeah.
JJ half
We were on Paul Revere, which
See,
is
there you
level
go.
5.
F Paul Revere, whatever it is. I'm like, it's really not that. She's like, I don't really want to admit this, but I actually do take a picture and we still can't find it. I'm like, okay, you're just coming to our house. We'll drive you to the airport. We'll find the car on the
That
flip
is
side.
so
It is
funny.
so funny that, yeah.
Yeah, I always drive in. So we left Ethan's car here, and he has a black car, and we just kept seeing on the camera it getting greener and greener and greener. So I was like, you need to get a car wash. And he's like, well, it'll rain this weekend, so hopefully it'll
Well,
be fine.
I'm telling you, I washed my car Thursday, took it to the car wash right down the street, washed it, dried it all off.
Oh, yeah,
This
I
girl-
heard about this.
This oh, you did. The woman next to me, we were drying our cars off. She's like, I can literally see the pollen landing back where I just wiped
Yeah.
off the spot. So you heard the story. So Thursday night, same day I got the car washed, 2 of my favorite people out back, Megan and Karen, are like, God, Tracy got to get her car washed. It looks terrible. I'm like, I washed it today.
Today.
Not even like yesterday. And then I put it directly into the garage, and it still had a layer
Yeah.
of the pollen is insane. And I think I'm starting to sound like my mother, like, this is the worst year we've ever had pollen. I'm like, probably not. I probably just don't remember last year, but
It
does
is.
seem really, really horrible. Like it's in the pool. I did a photo shoot yesterday morning at a condo in Pembroke, and they have a beautiful deck outside. And thank God they had covered everything with covers over the chairs and everything. And I was taking the covers off, and big puffs of like smoke pollen was just popping up all over me. I said to the photographer, I'm like, Emily, I'm telling you right now, if I was allergic, I'd be dead. I'd need an EpiPen right now
Yeah.
because I have so much pollen on my body. I can feel it in my throat too. But.
Yeah, I've done nothing but cough since getting off the plane. So the pollen is, I feel like it's just a coat of my lungs. So if I have to step away, I'm sorry for coughing, but I don't want to cough in everybody's ears. I'm gonna put a cough drop right now. But
yeah, I had to get Windex and like paper towels out to do the tables because they were so yellow. It was unbelievable. Yeah, the amount was crazy.
I want to give you a moment to reintroduce yourself to all of our listeners in case they haven't caught one of your million shows that you've done with me.
I'm the spur of the moment guest. Like anytime somebody needs a quick fill in, I only live like 10 minutes down the street. So it's like, can you get here? Yep, I'm on my way. Hi, my name is Tracy Grady, and I'm part of the Grady team. My husband Jim and I work together here at Boston Connect Real Estate. We were just coming up with we're coming up on 10 years.
Yeah, crazy.
Because I think we are 10 years, actually.
Yeah, because I've been here for 10, so you're longer.
The condo we have coming on the market is the first condo development that we did, the one we did with Don McGill. This is the first one. This is the first condo we've resold in that development, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. I'm like, wow, it's taken a while to get back in here. And when I was in there yesterday doing the photographs, I'm walking around and I'm looking at the unit, which we had spent ridiculous amounts of time at, because we did open houses there every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, from noon to 3 until we sold all 9 units. So we were probably there for like a year. And I'm walking through this unit like, oh my God, this is like a flashback in time.
I know.
And then when we were doing that development, it seemed so huge to me at the time because it was really the first development we had ever done. And it just seemed so massive. And then I got there yesterday and I was like, oh, this doesn't seem as big as I remember it being. Like finding a parking spot seemed, because there were plenty of times that we moved furniture out of one unit that we sold into another one and made the model unit. So we covered a lot of territory in that parking lot, which was pretty funny. But yep, so.
And now people have been living in it for 10 years.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. Like I said to Jim, I'm like, oh, we got to do our cheat sheet with all the dates. He just looked at me. He's like, it's 9 years. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, the roof's 9 years old. The heating system's 9 years old. The AC system is 9. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We don't really have to figure it all out. It's 9 years old.
And thankfully, they haven't had to replace anything in those 9 years.
No, and it looks beautiful. And I mean, it looks great inside. So it's a great unit. So hopefully we'll have a lot of interest. It's going on the market on Wednesday.
Woohoo.
Yeah, open houses next weekend.
Perfect.
So,
We love that.
It'll be good. Super fun.
So what's going on with you?
So we had a week.
Tell us all about it.
Let's talk about
The week, instead of the day in the life of a realtor, it's the week in the life of a realtor.
This is the week in the life of a realtor when you have multiple deals going at the same time and everything is going splendidly, and then all of a sudden you just kind of get a ball out of left field that comes at you. So we have lovely clients that wanted to sell their condo, which is small for them. They have 2 little kids, so they're trying to branch out into something bigger. So we found another condo for them. We actually looked at a lot of houses with them, but the market is a little crazy in that price range, that 6 to 7. I'd even say 550 to 750 price range. It's so competitive because people are coming in over ask, and so in the competition is crazy. So if you have something to sell or a contingency, you're not top of the list, unfortunately. Even if your money's in the right spot, you still have to sell your condo. And with 2 little kids, it's hard to say, well, it'd be a great idea for you to sell your condo first before you put an offer in so that you're not making it contingent. So we find another condo for them, which is lovely, perfect. The number one thing here is they absolutely love what they're buying. And this is the key part of the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they absolutely love what they are buying. So we find this condo. It's got a basement. It's got cabinetry. It's got closets. It has everything that their condo doesn't have for them and 2 little kids. So everything goes along fine. We make an offer. They accept the offer and the contingency under the fact that we have to sell their condo pretty much instantly. So luckily for us, I couldn't even get photographs done because we were on such a short time schedule because the agent kind of put dates down on paper. So we had to have a purchase and sale signed by such and such a day. We had to have it under agreement. We hit every single date. We got a buyer first weekend. Home inspection was done the first week. We signed the purchase and sale agreement a day earlier than when they wanted. Everything is going along perfectly. We're all agreed that, no, we're going to close earlier. We're going to close June 17th. Movers have been put into play. Everything is good to go.
Yeah.
The appraisal comes back. Shy $30,000. So Now you're like, well, how do I feel about this? So, I mean, they're going from a condo to a condo, even though it is it's a huge step up for them.
Yeah.
So you kind of, exhaust all you go back to the lender and say, hey, can you go back to the appraiser and say, hey, how did you come up with this number? Because we're not seeing what you're seeing. And the seller is very passionate about the fact that's not the right number. They're just too low. We need to go back. So we go back to the appraiser. We come back with more comps. We exhaust everything back and forth. Nothing happened in there.
Wow.
So we could order another appraisal. You and I talked about that.
Yeah.
But then my buyer has to pay for another appraisal.
Yeah.
So what do you do about that? So we went back and forth and had some crazy conversations about coming down in price and then come down halfway to a halfway point. But then they wanted the buyer to pay our commission instead of the seller paying the commission, which basically put the numbers back up to. So it was basically taking numbers and putting them into different columns to make people feel better about what was going on. When basically they agreed at they were buying it at $615, and I said, you know what, it's going to come down to this. You're either going to have to come to the fact that you love it, and you're just going to have to look past the appraisal and move forward, which is what everybody decided to do.
Yeah.
So, and we did end up getting them a seller credit to bring their point down. So the mortgage came. So the numbers actually worked out way better that way. So it did all work out, but it took a solid 4 days of nausea and not eating and being concerned, because on the other side, they're already under agreement on their condo, and there's no issues there. So they can't technically walk without some liability on their side and say, well, now we don't want to move because we don't have a place to go, and you're going to become homeless, and do you want to live with your parents for like 2 months? And then I started looking at, so I basically gave them 5 scenarios. And
you came up with 5?
I came up with 5, 3 different financial. Thank you to Ann Schwartz and Mike at CMG Home. Thank God for them, because they were there for us and gave us 3 fantastic ideas on how to put it into structure. Then we have a couple of houses that we have access to that aren't on the market yet, that would you rather buy a single family home that needs some work? And you might even spend a little less money plus no HOA. So we tried to give them a bunch of different ideas.
Yeah.
Sam Horton, who works here in our office, was nice enough. He had a house. I saw Mary the other night with her little man. And gosh, we had a really good time too at the restaurant.
Yeah.
To digress, but we had some fun. And she said, Sam had a house coming on the market. So I called Sam, and he was more than happy to try to get us in ahead of time. So I gave them 5 scenarios.
Yeah.
Like, here's what you can do. You have 3 financial decisions to make, or we can look at 2 other properties. You're just going to be displaced for a period of time, and that was just not high on their list. So it basically came down to a conversation Wednesday afternoon, face-to-face. If you love what you're buying enough to look past the appraisal, because Jim and I, when we bought our house, we paid $399 for our house, and it appraised for $349. I said, so I'm just telling you, we did it, and we were like, yeah, whatever. We have to move. We've already sold our house. We have no place to go.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to.
And
make
how
those
long have you been
decisions.
there?
27 years.
Yeah.
So
So
we've been there quite a while.
You've gained that return.
Oh, we got it back in spades. So I have no complaints. But I also said that to them. I mean, and this couple, they're so realistic. That is not a goal for them. They're like, she's like, I don't really want a big colonial. Like, I never want to be in that position where I just have too much house. And so this condo that they are buying is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, beautiful backyard, small condo fee. There's only a couple of them in the development. It's a great spot for them. And honestly, that could be their forever house. Their kids are young. They get into the school system. Yeah. By the time they're established in the school system, you might be like, it's just easier for us to stay here. And then when we're ready to retire, sell it. It could happen. I mean, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but they're at least realistic. Like, they're not trying to get out a year or 2 now. So that deficit on the appraisal kind of just goes away, especially if your mortgage payment's staying the same. You're comfortable with your mortgage payment. So, and it's one appraiser's opinion. And I'm not saying that he's wrong or right, because I looked at the numbers and, we looked at everything.
The comps that they used?
Cushing Trail was most of the comps, because those are the newest ones, but they're a little bigger and they're a little newer. So, I saw where he came up with his number. I did feel it was on the low side. So we pushed back as hard as we could without incurring any additional costs to our, the seller's like, well, are they willing to go to a different lender? And I'm like, well, no, because they've already paid. I mean, there's already money. I don't think sometimes you realize you're already spending money even before you're closing on it.
Yeah.
You're spending it on the home inspection. You're spending it on your application. You're spending it on your appraisal fee. There are fees that you are racking up. And then if the whole deal goes south, you're out that money. There's no getting that money back. So when you're trying to deal with people in their mind, it was just a week. Like by the time I got to work at the restaurant on Tuesday, I'm not even putting eye makeup on at this point because I'm almost in tears. Like I'm like, I don't know what to do I don't know what to tell them.
Yeah.
And I just knew they were gonna like be upset. So it was a long week, but by yesterday, we had the amendments signed. They got their seller credit to bring their points down. Their numbers all work. They're super happy. They're not upset about this was their number one choice, and we gave them plenty of options. So we made it work.
Well, thank God you have some reasonable clients.
It was. It
doesn't always work out that way.
No, and I think it was because they really knew what they wanted, and even when they were going from condo to condo, I probably said to them 4 or 5 times. Are you sure you're okay going condo to condo? Like most people go condo to single family home. You're ready for that single family home move up. And they were like, no, this gives us really everything we want.
Well, in the beginning, you had called me and we talked about something else having to do with this deal. And I was looking at the pictures and I was like, this kind of walks and talks like a single family home.
It totally does. And there are single family units in there, or I should say standalone units in there. And there are two duplexes. So unit 1 and 2, and then maybe unit 8 and 9 are duplexes, and everything else is single family in there. So it's a really nice development, safe for the kids. I mean, it gives them twice the backyard that they have in their current condo that they're in.
Yeah, so. And then the buyer of their condo that they're selling, I'm sure, is happy to move forward. And
she is going from a rental, so she had no contingency. And when I tell you we checked off the boxes because the seller was
it was the perfect domino.
It was the perfect domino. She had nothing to sell, which was part of the contingency that we got for them to get that condo was we have to have a signed purchase and sale agreement by May 27th, and the person buying it can't have a contingency. And so we just went down the list, and I'm like, check. I'm thinking, I'm doing my happy dance. I'm like, everything's coming together. This is perfect.
I would have said to the buyer's agent, thank you so much for bringing the perfect buyer for my scenario.
Yeah, perfect buyer for it was, and she's just the cutest. Like she is over the moon, like happy. Like she's going from a rental. She's buying her first condo, and it's relatively new. They were built in 2020, 2021.
Oh, really?
Over in Whitman. So, I mean, it's all stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, beautiful hardwood floors. It's the perfect scenario. And their basement, even though it's not finished, can be finished if she wanted to finish it. So,
there's still potential for growth.
Yeah, it's great. So it's all parties involved. I made it work. But let me tell you the emails that went back and forth. I am like firing off all these emails, talking to the attorneys, talking to Sharon. At that point, I'm like, all right, I am including everybody on these emails so that everybody can see. Like, I'm trying to do the best I can do here.
I know. I've been gone all week, so I feel out of the loop. Like I don't know anything about it. I'm coming back Monday to. I feel blind. I'm like, what's going on? What's that? I mean, I would check my email every once in a while, out of habit. Yeah. But I feel like I was purposely left out of some of these things, so I wouldn't be.
When you're on vacation, you don't want. It's funny because Ann Schwartz that we're working with, our lender, she also was on vacation this week. She left. We talked on Monday. She was leaving Monday night for Seattle, and I felt awful because everything started to fall apart just as she was flying out the door. Same kind of thing. So I was trying not to get her involved, but there was no way around that. So,
yeah.
But
I mean, that's sort of just how you have to roll.
Well, Jim has always cloned this because we've always owned our own company or worked for ourselves. Is like, you don't get to go on vacation, you just get to go away.
Yeah.
Which means you're not off the grid.
You have a change of scenery.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. You're not, and Ann said the exact same thing while she was away because I apologized. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to have to get you involved in this. And she was like, well, you know how it works in this business. You don't really go on vacation. You just kind of get away and still have to have one eye on your business in this type of environment. So she gets it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it was
fun. Meanwhile, I have no idea what's going on here. so we'll figure it out on Monday.
Yep.
What's going on?
Yeah, yeah. I've talked to a lot of people this week, too, because we have another client who's looking for a flip house. They already flipped a house and did a beautiful job.
Oh, really?
So I reached out to Trish Flynn, another full-time agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate, because she had reached out to me about a week ago saying something about a flip house, and we had one on Main Street. So I reached out to her. I'm like, hey, any chance you got that house? And she's like, still working on it. It's a lot of back and forth. That's a project. So,
yeah.
Yep. So, but we have a client who's looking. Him and his father flipped a house. We got them the house, and they flipped it. And I'm telling you, it looks like $1 million. I mean, literally looks like $1 million. They took a split level and just kind of made it gorgeous. They put everything into it. It came out great. So,
yeah. Kristen Howlett, who also does the show with me sometimes, she's a full-time agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate. She had a house that she sold off market.
Is this the one in Taunton?
No, this was a couple years ago. I think in Norwell it was.
Oh.
And I recently saw it come on the market with that buyer's agent, and they had flipped it. And it looked like they did an excellent job.
Sometimes a good, goes
Sometimes people know what they're doing.
Because she was on my list this week, too. She had one coming on the market, a flip. That was, and I thought, my client works in Marlborough. So I thought, Taunton, Marlborough. This is like, I can't believe this all is coming up on the same day. Like, we started conversations with the client the same day Kristen popped that up on Facebook. And so I reached right out to her, and I'm like, hey, I might have that buyer for you for that property in Taunton because he works in Marlborough. But I'm not sure that Taunton was his first thought process. Although where Kristen's is, it's a beautiful part of Taunton over on Bay Road.
Yeah.
Near Benjamin's. That's all I can think of. Like
Benjamin's?
Benjamin's was the go-to restaurant when I was growing up.
Never been.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure they're still open, to be honest with you, but we're going to have to look that up. Benjamin's was in Easton, but it was right on the Easton Taunton line.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was one of those restaurants like, going to Benjamin's? That's like,
oh.
I think they had a salad bar. That back in the day when salad bars were like
salad bar.
A salad bar, which is basically takes, I never understood salad bars because now you're doing it as the person, like, I got to go up and make my own salad. I'm like, no.
Nobody wants that.
Nope. But everybody did. Back in the 80s, it was a thing.
What else went on this week?
Oh, let's see. What? Were you? Well, you were here for the meteor.
Yeah,
the meteor. Yeah, you were here for the meteor. Yep. So that was a biggie. Like, that was bizarre. That
I did not feel the shake.
Oh, I felt the shake. Jim was getting ready to go do an appraisal. I was getting ready to go to the restaurant, and we're sitting on the couch, and we're like, "What's that?" And Edna freaked out. Like, Edna was like wigging out. Like, she jumped off the couch, and she's like looking around, and I'm like, oh, that was something. And we live behind PA Landers, so we can sometimes hear like a dump truck.
Sometimes that something is PA Landers.
Sometimes that something is PA Landers, and if it gets caught on the wind or something, it just sounds even louder. But in this case, it was like, ooh, that went on for like a solid 10 or 15, so it was long. And then by the time I get to the restaurant, Karen at the restaurant, she's like, it was a meteor they dropped into the ocean. I just kind of looked at her like, Really? A meteor in the ocean? She was right. It was a meteor in the ocean.
After we saw Project Hail Mary, we're just like, we know that something's out there.
We know something. Oh, now we know something's out there.
Now we know something's out there.
Oh, my goodness.
To digress again, I just saw the preview for Disclosure Day.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Cannot wait to see that.
Because Ethan and I sometimes go to the movie theaters on Tuesday because it's $5 movie night at the Hanover Movie Theater. And I was like, oh, is there anything we want to see this Tuesday? And then we realized that we watched Summer House on Bravo. So it's the season, it's the reunion part 3 is on Tuesday. So I said, okay, well, but what about the following Tuesday?
It's the reunion part 3?
Oh, yeah. There's a big scandal right now. For anybody who watches Summer House, there's a big scandal right now. So we have to watch it. But I was like, oh, what about the next Tuesday? See if they have anything that's already up. The only thing that they have so far selling for 2 Tuesdays from now is Disclosure Day. So I was like, what is that even about? So we watched the trailer.
Oh yeah, it looks really good.
Speaking of aliens,
I've been watching the trailer trying to figure out the angle on it. I think I have the angle. I'm not 100% sure, but because I first started watching it and I'm like, why is she the only one who's talking like funny and she's like having a nervous breakdown while doing the weather show?
Doing the weather.
And then I saw the other character and I'm like, oh, I think I got this. I think I got it.
Yeah, I think I got it too.
Okay. Yeah,
But we'll
we're gonna
see.
see.
We'll,
yeah.
we'll compare notes.
We'll compare
at
notes
the
at the end of this. I don't want
We
to
don't
blow
wanna-
it. I don't
yeah.
want to blow it for anybody
Yeah,
who's
we
going
don't
to go
want to
see
spoil
it.
it.
I don't want to be a
everybody.
spoiler or anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, saw this Sheep Detective movie.
I sent Carl and Lucy to
So
go see
stinking cute.
um
Sheep Detective.
no Planet Hail Mary.
Project
Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I sent them to go see that, and they were like, Monday night. We're going Monday night, so they come in Tuesday night to the restaurant, and I'm like, Did you go see Project Hail Mary? And they were like, No, it wasn't playing anymore. And I'm like, What? It's not. So,
It's streaming now.
so they saw the Sheep Detective instead, and they loved it. Carl was like, it was hilarious. He's like, every time the sheep would like try to talk to the human,
Yeah.
be like, ah.
Yeah. Ellen, that we were talking about before even the show,
yeah.
she and her and her girlfriends went on a Tuesday night. The first like Tuesday that was like 90 degrees. She's like, it was perfect. It was $5. We were sitting in the AC when it's 90 degrees out, and it was a very cute movie. So everyone should go see it.
The Sheep Detective. I saw the trailer for it, and I thought, we got to go see this,
It's
Jim.
just a classic whodunit
Yeah. With sheep.
with sheep and Hugh Jackman.
You can't go wrong with Hugh Jackman either. Come on.
But yeah, no, we like to incorporate some fun into this. Sometimes not so fun.
not so much
Sometimes
fun.
not so fun market.
Not so fun market, but
Yeah.
yeah, we have other fun stuff coming up. We have our new construction home. We're going to get photographed this week.
Yeah, so
that's
tell me
nice.
about that. I know that you have already sold, what, 3?
Two.
Two
Two
okay.
of them.
And then
So-
you have
and then we have this one.
more?
We have two more.
Yeah.
One that's built. We're just waiting it to be finished up. We're going to do photos this week, which is going to be fun. It's a little smaller, a little less money. It's 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Beautiful detail inside. A lot of shiplap. He did a coffered ceiling in the dining room. Also some more shiplap in the drop zone room, the mud room, which comes in through the
Drop
garage.
zone.
I love that.
I like that.
And it's a
It's like Mission Impossible or something. Like we're in the
dun,
drop zone.
Dun, dun, dun. Yep. So you come in the side door and it's a mud room, but it gives you
Yeah.
all that spot to put your shoes and your hockey equipment or whatever, so that it's all it's not being lugged through the house. Beautiful kitchen, beautiful back deck, huge backyard. Coming on the market probably later this week. We're trying to get photographs done. So $875.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So it's actually a nice price point for a nice side street. So 7 Elm Place.
Yeah. And then
Yep.
you have how many more in Carver?
Oh, one more. We only have one left
more.
in Carver. We only have one left in Carver. Yep, 5 Ohana Way. And what does Ohana mean?
Ohana means family. Ohana
We
means
say
family.
it every time. Every time I say the word Ohana, I say Ohana means family. Yep, we only have one more there. One is well underway. It's already being framed out. Actually, that's coming along faster than we had thought. So that's a nice. That's a great
you
one to
should
see.
go and share some pictures or do some social media down
yep.
there of just like the build of it.
Yep.
Because you did that beautiful video.
Yep.
I
In
held the cue cards for it in
freezing
the freezing
Cold.
cold.
It was 11 that day. It was
Yeah.
11 degrees, and
Yeah.
my mouth was having trouble like moving, which we all know is never really an issue for me.
Yeah, never an issue here.
No.
No, you did that really great video,
Yeah.
and then soon after you got 2 under agreement.
2 under agreement. So I think I'm going to head back down there and do some social media and get some pictures. Yeah, I think
Well,
Jim
of
and I
course,
might
if you
take a
need any
ride down.
help, just let me know.
Yeah, I'm going to go take a ride down this afternoon and take some. Because I'm not working this weekend. This is like one of the first weekends I have not had to work in a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
This is
enjoying.
perfect.
I'm a planting fool right now. I've
Well,
got.
you know that you're taking go sideways, so don't say it too
Yeah,
loud.
d-
You gotta knock on some
Well,
wood.
I'm knocking on some wood here right now. So, but I think we're good. It's been a week.
by the way.
Well, I always do say that. And I'm like, everybody's like, "Oh, you working this weekend?" I'm like, "Not as of right now, I'm not, but I could. That could change on a dime." But
Yeah, and here you are sitting with me.
here I am with you. I know. I got the phone.
Last minute.
I get the text from Sharon. Any chance you'd be interested in doing the radio show on Saturday? And I'm like, sure, love to.
Yeah, you always say yes unless you're getting your hair cut.
Because I have my haircut at 7:30 in the morning.
Which
like,
is insane.
Yeah,
but you know what? You got to do what you got to do. And Sharon always says, in this industry, it's almost like we have to always be on like the pulse of everything.
Yeah.
So like somebody can, dial your number and get you or no one really dials a number anymore. I don't know what I'm talking about. You just push a button and get you. But like, it's so hard to get an appointment with your hair to get your hair cut. You know, you got to wait 3 weeks, but you're not going to wait 3 weeks to meet with your real estate agent.
No.
So
it's better to get your hair cut at 7:30 in the morning so that you have the rest of the day to
dedicate to your clients.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I was hoping, because the last time I got my hair cut, you had asked me to do the show, and I'm like, I can't. I'm getting my hair cut. But then I thought Sharon was doing it remotely, and you guys were doing it together. And I thought, if I get out of my haircut soon enough, I will run in and sit in on the.
So funny.
I just sit in. Then I realized Sue was doing it. Sue Bollinger.
I did ask Sue to do it for.
Yeah.
So that was a couple of weeks ago, and here we are.
And here we are.
Here we are, not getting your haircut.
Not getting my haircut today. So.
Okay, so I want to talk about sort of the market as a whole and where you sort of think that we are. Do you think that we're still in a seller's market? Do you think we're shifting towards a buyer's market? Where do you think that we're sort of heading? Because the market changes. We say every few years, but I personally think that the market changes every single day.
I think it all, and I do think it's still a seller's market, only because of the buyer clients that we've had that have tried to make offers on properties that are still going well over ask. I mean, the last one that we made an offer on, we were on the high. I mean, we were up there, but it went from the asking price to over almost 100,000 over. Mm-hmm. I mean, that just seems like that's just too big of a gap. Like that's kind of a wasting, time type of a thing.
Yeah.
So it depends on the property. If the property is a good value, a good deal, it doesn't need a ton of work, it's move-in ready, even if it's not to your taste. When I say move-in ready, I mean you can drop and you can plug and go. You might have Formica countertops in the kitchen, but they're clean and there's certainly no reason you can't move into the house.
Yeah.
And then you can work towards getting the kitchen of your dreams down the line. It doesn't have to be today. It can be a year from now. It can be 2 years from now, whatever the case may be. So, but those houses are still going over ask.
Well, I think that's why it's so important to educate your client on where the market is in that moment, because like I said, the market, in my opinion, changes every single day.
Every day.
I see all the time
property by property.
Yeah, I see every day that, people are doing market analyses for their clients, and then they decide to go on the market maybe 3 or 6 months later, and they have to redo that market analysis.
Because that again, back to the appraisal, it's only good for 6 months. Appraisers use 6 months unless they absolutely cannot, because there is not a comp to be found.
There's no apple to compare.
You have a contemporary home with a waterfall in the backyard that is completely off the charts. It's not a colonial. It's not a cape. It's not a ranch. There was one on the market recently. I think it was in Hanson, and half the house was underground. Did you see that? It looked like like a hobbit house.
Oh, yes.
I saw it. I was going through we're talking the day in the life of a real estate agent, and this is really a day in the life of Jim, not so much me. But first thing in the morning, Jim goes in to MLS, to all of our local places, and sees every new property that comes on the market. I always know he's not going to miss anything, because he goes in every single morning with his cup of coffee and sits and goes through Pembroke, Hanover, Hanson, whatever, all the local. So he knows. Yeah. So I'm like, what's up with the Hobbit house? Like, that's like a half under. I'm like, how do you comp that one? Like, so I'm looking for a half underground, half above ground property. Like, that's going to be a tough one to comp. Yeah. So, and again, like we say, apples and oranges. A colonial is a colonial. Colonial is a colonial. Cape is a cape. You can't really comp them off of each other price-wise, because they're a complete different animal. So
I'll state for the record, I would live in a hobbit house.
It was adorable. I'm telling you. I was like, I really want to go see this house. It looked really, really cute. Oh my gosh,
remember when we took a field trip and saw that house in Hanover together? And it looked like it should be in Miami.
We were just talking about it. Came back on the market.
Oh, it did?
It's back on the market. It just came back on the market. So we drove by last night after we left Brevities. So we were on the way back. Jim's like, hey, it's back on the market again for I think it's over $1 million. And I was like, yeah, that was a really interesting home. Like, it looked like it should have been in Miami.
Yeah,
and when it was all ceramic tile floors and lots of glass and brass. But the shower.
Yes.
The shower with the shower head coming out of the side wall instead of on the long part of it, it was on the what are we doing here? I think that should not be there. I think you should. I think that should.
I think we should move that. Yeah, no, that was funny. Yeah, I think about that every so often. Like when I drive by it, I'm like, I've been in that house.
I've been in that house.
We did a little field trip to go see it because we just
did.
had to see it in
I
person.
knew it was you and I that were standing in the shower. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was Melissa and I. We were standing in the shower and looking at it like, why is that shower head there? Like, that just doesn't make any sense at all.
I know. I'll have to look at the pictures and see if it's
It was
still
a
like
huge
that.
house, though. I mean, the layout was beautiful. It had like,
Yeah,
it
the
didn't have
layout
a-
was great.
Oh, it was just like, wow. Like, you had to take it in. Like, you have to be the right buyer for that house because
Yeah.
little kids on that floor or dogs. No, you'd have a torn meniscus in a day on a dog.
Yeah.
because it'd be like
You
trying to
can't
get
wear
traction
socks in
on
that
the floor.
house. No
you-
socks?
No, you'd be dead. Yeah, with my knees, I'd blow.
You just looked me straight in the eye. You'd be dead. You'd be dead.
You'd just be dead. You'd just be dead. Did you go into the house with me in Marshfield, the one that had all the memorabilia?
Memorabilia.
Like, I'm talking like.
Was it your house or was it somebody
No,
else's
it was on
house?
the market. No, it was over in Indian Head, over in Marshfield. Beautiful development, beautiful house, and it had like Beyonce's dress. Like they had like.
Oh no!
They had
I
like.
did not see that.
Oh, they had like records signed by actual artists. They had. When you walked in, there was a mannequin in a full. Oh, I can't remember the artist's name. They had. Everything.
My
It
first
was
thought with
beautiful.
that
It
is
was-
like, I would put that stuff away if I was going to be showing my house.
There was a lot of it.
I would be putting that away and making sure that everything
Yeah.
is secure, and because you're inviting the public into
I
your
felt
house.
bad for the agent. Like, you probably need 2 or 3 agents, like on different
Yeah.
levels, just to make sure that nobody, because they had some unbelievable
Yeah.
memorabilia. Like,
Yeah.
I would, it was
I always
Whitney
get-
Houston. Oh, was it Whitney Houston? It was a Whitney Houston dress, and it was on a mannequin in the foyer as you walked in.
Oh.
With the full.
We gotta
Whitney.
find these pictures. I want
Oh,
to see it.
It was. I'm gonna have
You
to go
gotta-
back.
yeah, you're gonna have to
I'm
think
gonna
about
have to see.
that
I have to
address.
think about that address. That was the other unique one that I wanted
I get
to.
nervous with like sports memorabilia and like things like that because there's a lot of value that is
Oh.
in that. So, when we're telling our clients, put your medications away, we should also probably say like, put your memorabilia away
But
too.
yeah, like don't leave your, Babe Ruth baseball staying on the mantle as cool as that is, because
Yeah.
that's just a little too easy to like pocket.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, don't leave your diamond rings out. Don't leave your jewelry out.
Don't leave
your
jewelry.
memorabilia or something that really means something to you. Don't leave that lying around. Like,
Yeah, because and Sharon, talked about her nightmare situation that she had last year of she caught someone rummaging through drawers in an in-law apartment, and you know what? There were 3 agents at that house,
Yeah,
but
'cause
the
it was
house
big.
was it was so big, and he came through a door that was supposed to be locked, and through the door of the in-law. And so nobody knew that he was there. The open house had just begun, so like the door hadn't even been unlocked or anything. So unfortunately, it was left unlocked, and
That was
just-
crazy.
It happens, unfortunately. It does, and
Well, it kinda
Sharon's
leans
first
itself-
instinct was to yell, "What are you doing?
Stop it.
Stop it!" And yell for Mark, and there comes Mark coming in, like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
Yeah, dude,
Like,
get out.
yeah. So everybody knows that story, and
Yeah.
the police were involved and everything like that. But it does happen, unfortunately. So when we
It
say
lends
put
itself
these
to.
things
I mean,
away,
if you're that type of person, it's not something that I would think of. But if you're the type of person who is trying to, make a buck,
yeah.
open houses are a pretty, fertile place to go
I
and find
feel
stuff.
like I've seen so many crime shows that like my first thought when I go through someone's house is like like this, like, oh, you should put your memorabilia away.
Yeah.
You should put this away.
Yeah.
You should not have this out. Like
Yep.
have it be very much like this is a dresser, this is a bed. But you're not buying the dresser, the bed, you're buying the floors, you're buying the windows. Like
Exactly.
highlight
Yep.
those things.
Highlight the things that are. It's funny. I think it was something on TikTok the other day that said a guy's like, yeah, my wife says she can't sleep at night, and then I find her watching 60 Minutes and Dateline about murders and and people going missing and murderers.
Yeah.
I can understand why you don't sleep. You got to stop watching those shows.
So Ethan and I, we were on vacation, and we always, when we come back to our hotel every single time, we watch Shark Tank at night.
Yep.
So it's like our thing. We go back to the hotel room, we watch Shark Tank until we go to bed. Well, this one day we were there during the day, wanted to take a nap because it was so hot there. And
Was it busy too? Was Universal
very
busy?
busy?
I
It
just
was
wondered
very
if
busy.
this time of the year it was busy or
Well,
not.
the southern schools are out,
Oh.
so it was very busy. We talked about that because we went last year after we got engaged, which was only a week later, and it didn't feel as hot and it didn't feel as busy, but so we went back, both took showers, and so he's in the shower, and I turned on the TV, and I put on Law and Order Special Victims Unit because that's my favorite show of all time.
Me too.
I've seen them all.
I love them.
I've seen them all. So I'm just like laying there like watching TV, and he's like, "What are you watching it?" And I was like, "It's Law and Order Special Victims Unit." And he's just like, "Oh, okay." And then I just look at him. I go, "It was the priest." He was like, "What?" And he's like, "What?" And he like looks at the time. He's like, "What?" And I go, "It was the
It
priest."
was the priest. Yep. It was the pastor.
I go, "I've already seen
was
this.
the
I've already seen this. It's the priest."
Oh God, yeah, I do. And Jim's the same way because I am a bit of a baby. I don't do scary movies. I don't like I've never been that. But I will watch Special Victims. Like I'll catch like one on a TikTok. Like, oh, this is kind of interesting, and then I'll go and find it.
Yeah. Well, then he wanted to know what the premise of the whole entire like show was, and I'm like, oh, well, this, and he goes, that is so depressing. I go, yeah, life is depressing sometimes.
It's ripped from the headlines.
It's ripped from the headlines. I go, yeah, this happens in real life.
This is real life. These stories are real life stories. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Yeah, these are special victims. Okay, they're women, children. He's like, okay, there's something not right with you.
Okay, you need to shut this off.
Yeah, you need to shut this off.
You're
It's time
getting
for
a
a
little
nap.
yeah, you're getting a little crazy. I know Jim's looking at me like, why are you watching this? And I'm like, oh, this was the story about the one of them. You'll remember this one. It was the one about the they were like fairies. They drugged them, and they thought the fairy one. That one was freaky.
There's some episodes that stand out for you. There was the loosely based off of Michael Jackson one. That was the John Stamos, that the one where he has a million children.
Yeah, has children. Which is creepy for John Stamos because he's Full House dad. Like he is, he's the guy.
And then the girl who calls and Olivia is on the phone with her. She doesn't speak English very well, and they're trying to find her. Where is she? She's locked in a basement somewhere. All these things. But I'll look at the episode, give it about 2 seconds. I'll be like, it was the father.
Yeah,
it was this,
I know he looks like a really nice guy, but nah, it's the dad.
Yeah, it was the dad. Yeah,
yep, it was the dad.
There's some episodes that stand out. Anyways, back to real estate. You know us.
Yeah, we digress.
This is us.
We digress.
We digress.
We haven't seen each other all week either, so you're getting all caught up with us. Yep.
Yeah. Getting all caught up with our
caught
gossip.
up on our week and our week in real estate, day in the life of a real estate agent. Yep.
Yes. What else with the? Okay, so we talked about the market and where we sort of think we are, where we're going.
I'm with you though. I feel it's a daily. I feel like it's a day to day. It depends on the property. It depends. It's easy to say it's a buyer's market. It's a seller's market. I still think. Inventory is still low. So to me, until you get like 20 houses on the market and something lingers for longer than a weekend, then you're starting to get back into a buyer's market. But I feel like that every Monday, contingent.
Yeah. Well,
and in Hanover, we're over $1 million. Almost every house is over $1 million. And you come on Monday or Tuesday, contingent.
Well, I look at when I see MLS or I'm on the sneak peek pages or anything like that on social media, and whenever I see something in Hanover, I always think of you, and I always think like, oh, what could Tracy's could get more for her house.
That's what I'm hoping.
Tracy, or that one's really good. That's a good one.
That's a good that's a really good one.
But I always think of you. I always compare your house to every single house in Hanover that comes on.
We do love our house. We do. We're still working. We are working through the black bathroom. It's no longer black.
No,
it is not black anymore.
What about the toilet?
It's still black, but it's coming out. It's going to be white. All the woodwork. Jim is on a bender as far as getting the painting done and getting it all pulled together. So we did pale oak, 25% darker on the walls, changing all the woodwork from black to white. We're going to change out the vanity, change out the tub doors. It looks amazing. It looks so different when we walk in there. It's like
I know. When
Wow.
you do renovations on your house and then you realize like, oh, we probably should have done this 10 plus years ago and then we would have been able to enjoy it.
Yep. Yep.
But
oh no, I loved my brown bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, we know.
We all know that I love my brown and black bathroom. So I enjoyed every minute of it. But now I am appreciating the fact like, oh, this is a much cleaner look and it's very more today's style
Yeah.
than it is, my 1990s. We bought on 1999.
yeah.
So 2000s was kind of cutting edge purple bathrooms and
Yeah.
brown and purple bathrooms.
We gotta
well,
listen
in my world.
Yeah, we gotta listen to that Prince song, 1999.
Yep. Dogwood trees in your foyer. Yep. Big, huge, tall dogwoods painted trees
You
in your
were
foyer.
you were on the trend.
I was on the trend.
You
at
were
the
on
time,
the trend,
but
and now you're sort of bringing it to 2026.
vintage now.
Yeah.
now I'm vintage until I change it, and then I'm bringing it back into 2026. But yeah, so
Yeah.
the bathroom does look fantastic. We picked out a color to paint the bedroom, so we're on our
You're on your way.
We're on our way. We are on our way.
We're on our way.
Yeah, it's just it's still a year out. We're
But
still.
think about your clients that all have to do these things too.
That's
you
what
know?
we try to tell our clients when they're people are putting their house on the market. Like when they're like, so what are you going to do before you put it on the market? And they look at you and they're like, nothing. And you're like, oh yeah, there's a couple of things you probably need to do. And that's when I talk about this and I say it all the time. It's so hard to tell somebody who's living in their house and loving their house that. Yeah, you got to change those drapes out. They're not. No, you love them and they're great for you, and
Yeah.
but a buyer can't see past your plaid drapes or your bright orange drapes or your bright wallpaper that's in the thing.
Yeah.
It's got to go.
Yeah.
So, like there are certain things you just people can't get past.
There are certain things, when you say, let's pull up the area rug so you can see the beautiful hardwood floors, and then you get the, but I love my rugs. Okay, well,
okay,
you're not
well,
selling the rugs.
Yep, you're not selling the rugs, you're selling the floor. Or you look up at this. My favorite is I'm a big ceiling person. Like I'm gonna look in the corners of every room
Yeah.
and in closets. Like you had some water staying there. Oh yeah, we did. There was a water leak, but we fixed it. You need to fix the ceiling too because people are gonna be like, you got a water leak. No, we fixed it. No, you didn't finish it.
Yeah.
You gotta get rid of the evidence of the
Yeah.
water leak. You can't
Yeah.
just leave the water leak stain on the ceiling. It has to be covered
Yeah.
up. And it's like, really? Yeah, you really do, because people are going to see that.
Yeah.
They think they're not. They think they're going to see the rug. What they're actually looking at is the water stain on
Your
the ceiling.
beautiful rug that you got at,
Yeah, Home Depot.
Home Depot. Home Depot.
Poor Home Depot. Sorry, there was no slide.
Yeah. No offense, Home Depot.
we got our rug at Home Depot.
Oh,
for
you
our outdoor rug.
Uh,
Our outdoor.
that
rug.
makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, they have a great selection. But yeah, so there you definitely have to take a good gander. You have to be honest about your house. But when they're like, no, I really don't want to do anything, I'm like, well, I appreciate that you don't want to do anything, but you want to get X amount of dollars for your house and still not do anything. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you need to, you need to power wash. The house has to look clean. It can't be dirty. And
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of pride of ownership, and
Yeah.
it's things as simple as mulch and sprucing it up on the outside, like having
curb
the
appeal.
curb appeal. Just shows that you're showing your value
Yeah.
pretty much.
So we're thinking about having our house photographed outside at the end of summer after all the flowers are in
Yeah.
bloom, like in August, like early
Yeah,
August, when
yeah.
everything is kind of at its maximum bloom in the backyard and the pool is clean and everything. Do our photographs, our outdoor photographs first, and then do our indoor photographs as it gets closer to.
Yeah.
And our hardwood floors have to get done, but I'm like, I don't really want to do those right now. I'd rather do them right before we put it on the market.
Yeah.
Edna, pool, wet feet, people coming and going, another winter season. Like, I'd rather have them done in the spring of 27 right before we put them on the market. So
Yeah.
that's probably what we'll do.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
it'll look good.
It'll
look good then.
Yeah. Only a couple minutes left of our show. What are some final thoughts that you have for everybody in your day in the life,
In the day.
your what's going on in the market?
Get your real estate license. How hard can it be? It's
How
super
hard can it
easy.
be?
I said that to
Yeah.
Trisha the other day, and I was like, hey, get your real estate license. It's great. Sell a couple of homes. How hard can
Yeah.
it be? Usually it's not that hard. People are great to work with, and people are excited. I always love working with people who are looking to buy, looking to sell. It's always fun. It's always an adventure. You always learn something new in every one of them, and usually they are pretty smooth. This was a tough week,
Yeah.
but it all worked out.
Yeah.
So, you just have to kind of stay. I think that's what Sharon's like, good staying at it. Like, you just didn't, like, give up. Like, you didn't just say, well, that's it. We're done. We can't, you
Yeah.
came up with scenarios. You kind of came up with solutions. So you don't give up. Just,
Don't give up. Keep moving forward.
just keep moving forward. We can keep the negotiations open. Keep talking. Everybody's getting a little riled up right now, but we'll get to we'll figure this
Yeah.
all out. So
And I
yeah.
know that I said that I feel like the market changes every day, and I'll give an example because, as I was preparing to go on vacation, Sharon takes over my position here, and I only had really like one closing last week. So I prepared everything for her, but I also do in the back of my head, okay, the week that I come back, I have X amount of closings. But the week leading up to my vacation, there were quite a few listings that came on the market. So in my head, I'm like, okay, all of those are going to go under agreement next week, which means we have escrow that needs to be taken care of. We have all these things. So I'm like, I'm going to be pretty busy.
Yep.
The first week that I'm back because of these things. So like, even though 1 week we had one closing as an office, the next week is pretty insane with the amount of closings and things that are going under agreement. So everything can sort of change in a day, in a weekend, and everything.
Well, and again, putting houses on the market, I always say Wednesday's the day. Put it on the market Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's new for 5 days, which takes you through the open house. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you're either going to go contingent, which most do, by Monday or Tuesday, or you're going to go into the active category. So then you go in with everybody else. So that's why those first 5 days are always the most important. And Wednesday through Sunday, I feel, is the best time to put your house on the market.
Yeah.
It sits, it's new for 5 days, covers your open house, and you hope for the best. And again, like we say, most of these open houses on the weekend, it's contingent, it's under agreement.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it's still a seller's market, even though, and buyers are still spending, over ask. Like you're going in with like, the minute you walk through the door, I always feel like the minute I walk through the door, I will look at Jim and be like, there's no way this is going for $650. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So now you're already thinking in your head, okay, how much do we have to go over in order to
Which
even
is the emotional value.
Yes, exactly. Because this is the price it's at. But if you love it, and this is, that's what it's going to be.
If you love it, if you can afford it, if you're not stretching, then...
Yep, then off you go.
Yeah, but much like your clients, you do have to sort of take into account how long you think that you are going to be there. So are you going to see that return?
Exactly.
27 years? Yeah.
You
saw,
we saw the
return.
We're seeing the return by far.
And if
2
years?
No, 2 years probably not, but 5 years, which I think they are definitely a 5 to 7. I think anything they put into that house, they're going to get back. And I think that it'll flip around.
Yeah, perfect.
So,
Tracy, give your contact information out to everybody.
I am Tracy Grady. You can reach me at 617-620-8484, or you can reach me here at Boston Connect, Tracy, Tracy, at bostonconnect.com.
Yeah, and you can go to bostonconnect.com to find all of our contact information. Thank you so much for joining me, Tracy.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure. That went by way too fast.
I know. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Tim. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you next Saturday.
It's a beautiful day in this
Neighborhood, a beautiful day
for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine?
I feel bad.
It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly